G'day, welcome Maryland Classic UCI 1 Point Pro Race. But Conti only in this sim. Perfect start list has been posted. These are the teams participating. Big names here. Tatu's got quite a strong squad. Tom Squeegins, Liepens, Mikkels, Sismash Sajnok. Trinity always with their strongish squad. And Tibonis for GW Shimano. PCM says the favourites for the race are Liepens, Squeegins, Abraham from CIC, Tibonis from GW Shimano, Roger Kluger from St. Michael Uber, and a few others. Really a sprinter's race, which Liepens is the only real sprinter here. Halverson is talked about a bit, and Fiorelli. Okay, the race is beginning. Let's get all our riders 2-0, get them out of the way. On the front of the start line, Roubaix, who are looking have a not so great squad here, but they're one of the, what did the manager say? They have the lowest rated team on the start line. First neutral breakaway, Yalsit, Euler. Everyone's kind of not too much happening. My team has dropped back. Excellent. Everyone's fighting to be in that initial breakaway. Is that the Hungarian champion? Looks like Medlin's trying to get in the break. They've tried with a few riders now. Roubaix, of course, getting in the break. And Team Beat Cycling, welcome, awaken your HRE. Bezanek is from HRE is trying to get into the breakaway. The Hungarian once again, and Lewis. Michael Leonard of Trinity. Looks like a lot of the peloton, mainly GW Shimano, are not happy with the composition of this breakaway. And they're chasing, not ferociously, but they're giving some sort of effort into the chase. Looks like Green Project's helping out too. Michael Leonard looks like will not make it into the break. I say that, but he looks like he's giving in quite a decent effort now. He's sitting about halfway in between. Let's see who's in this big front break. Verstrange from Roubaix, Lewis from St. Piran, Milano from Midland, Krukat from Beat, Benezek from HRE, and Andrev from Edria Mobile. Haven't seen much of Edria Mobile this season, but good to see them showing their face in this race. Michael Leonard is looking pretty dead. Looks like his day in the break is not to be. Course is kind of, I guess, undulating until the end where it's just really just a flat sprint. Leonard has been caught. Green Project and GW still on the front. CIC showing their face now. The break has 3 minutes 30 seconds. Nothing major happening here. Five minutes 30. Although, hey, St. Michael's also at the front, and Leopard showing their faces. Quite a few teams working. That'd be quite good for the race. Six minutes 30. The gap seems to be reducing back down now. Oh, puncture for Jark of Adrio Mobile. He's back on his bike, but he has a bit of chasing to do. The red car has passed him. He should make it back in. There's 146 Ks to go. There's no way he doesn't get back in. Back of the peloton we have Colo Quick. Oh, Flanders Belois here. It's not a mistake on my part, is it? Spooks Hill, 13 Ks to go. Not a KM point, is it? No. Gap is down to 5:44. CIC and the Green Project. Now, Trinity's also taking a small share in the work. I bet that's mostly due to the riders. Mostly due to the riders not being able to get into the breakaway today. Damn, gotta go steady. Okay, good on ya. The GP Quebec will be the interesting race. This race will probably not do much, maybe a few attacks at the end, but it might come down to a sprint though. Puncture for Euler. Wait, was he in the breakaway? No. He was trying to get into the initial breakaway. But he's back in the peloton. Oh, there's a crash. Prades and Boichis from Roubaix have both crashed. They're both up, getting back into the break. And Mason has fallen from Trinity. He's also up and still in the peloton. Unlucky for them, they should come back up. Hopefully the corners aren't too damaging for them. The gap is 4 minutes 30. Everyone is back together, minus the breakaway. The straight sprints, Leapins should win the race. It looks like he's a protected rider, so is Squeegens as always. 5% climb. It's a short climb though, so it did not much to anything. Peloton's going to pass it with ease as well. Still 73k's to go. The gap is 3 minutes 40. Holding relatively steady, dropping a little bit, and so the breakaway's not going to stay away. It's a bit unlucky. And no KOM points or breakaway points to speak of. What's that? Right, it just dropped off the back, is it? No, never mind. Riders back together. There's no events that we missed, was there? CIC is laying down a hard pace at the front because they want to catch. Holy shit, they are. Look at that. Morin's putting in a huge effort on the front. Are we in the circuit section of the race now, are we? We are indeed. The circuit in Baltimore. 2 minutes 40 is the breakaway lead. All these corners could be helpful, but 40k's to go. They're not going to stay away. Attack off the front of the peloton by 2 riders. It is Wallen of Coloquick and De Valder of Team Flanders. CIC is counter. Possibly having a bit of issues with the stream now. Yeah, it looks like the internet's struggling a bit. Apologies for that. Let's pause that music, see if that makes a difference. Anyway, 27k's to go. I'll upload the race replay into the replay channel. Hopefully that will make a difference for us. The peloton has caught 2 of the attackers. De Valder and Walden are still out, but the other 2 who attacked have been caught. And the initial breakaway of 6 is still up the road with a gap of 2 minutes 30 with 24 kilometers to go. It's going to be a close one. In PCM they should catch them, but there's a lot of corners here, making the chasing effort hard and deceleration. Green Project now takes it upon themselves. CIC also. These 2 riders are not going to make it up to the breakaway, but hopefully they can stay away. 20 kilometers to go. The gap to the... Oh, what's this? Andrew from Group A1 is trying to attack. Lewis now counters over the top. Verstrange also. These 6 riders are not happy to stick together to the line. They're wanting to go solo. They're wanting to put some damage in. The peloton has swallowed Wallen, who tries to attack once again. There's a few trains forming: GW, Shimano, Tato, Green Project, CIC. Everyone else is a bit of a mess back there. Small splits in the peloton as they go around these corners through the accelerations. A few riders missing out. Beat waiting for, must be their leader somewhere. But they've set up. The gap is looking... They should catch them, but we'll see what happens. At the front, Verstrange attacks, but is caught again by his breakaway. There's 13k's, 2 minutes 30. The sprinters teams will have to put some more effort in. Looks like they could make it to the line with 10k's to go. Abraham has attacked from the peloton. Squeezing just straight on his wheel. Rolling past is the Tartu train. Looks like it's going to be a day for the breakaway. One of these 6 riders will win the stage. If you're here, you're here. If you're not, you're not. HRE, the team not doing so well in the standings. Looks like they could pull off a masterclass today. Edry, of course, been absent for the later part of the season. Wallen attacks again, Team Coloquick, but he is countered right away by the Tartu train, led by Luck, and then Michaelis. 4k's to go, 2 minutes 12 is the gap. the breakaway is still working quite nicely together. Kirkhart is rolling through. Is anyone not taking a turn? Looks like Verstrange from Roubaix is not taking his turn. Attack for Eckhart from the front, 1.3 Ks to go. The sprint has started. Milano in the middle. Looks like he's trying to come around Kirkhart. Kirkhart's holding him off just... Oh, look at that. The rider from Beat started early and held them off to the line. Third for Adria. Second for Midland. Let's have a look what's happening with the peloton. The peloton is starting their sprint. Let's pause that real quick. Liepins is leading the sprint. Thibaut Nice and Roger Kluger. Ferrarelli is also up there. Liepins takes best of the rest, securing 7th place in this race. A lot of minor placings here for the peloton who are unable to catch up. A lot of splits here at the back with these corners. Turns out it was quite an interesting race, but for the breakaway. Let's get export of this race replay just because I think the stream might have had some issues. Let's wait for it to save. Cool, and let's go to the results page. We have confirmation the breakaway winning by 1 minute 44. HRE and Roubaix missing out in that sprint. Export. Let's do the GP2 to Quebec now. Just do a ping announcement in this channel. Guess we list all the teams. Alpecin at Jumbo, at EF, at Bahrain, at Ineos, Groupama FDJ, Israel, hey myself. At Astana, Movistar, at Intermarché, at H2R, at GW Shimano, Renault X, Jayco, Mora, Q3, Arkea, Tudor, Cofidis. St. Michael. Bingo. Human power health. Fuck's sake. Okay, let's go. We'll talk classics. It wouldn't let me ping everyone. But GP du Québec. This is Quebec, Quebec. Race favourites are, of course, Ineos, followed by Jumbo-Visma. Bahrain victorious, bit of a surprise there, but they have Jonathan Milan. Intermarché with Louis Meintjes and De Plus. Van der Poel, I reckon Van der Poel is one of the favourites for the race. Although I would say Corbin Strong, maybe Michael Woods Strong up there. James' favourites are Van der Poel, Tadej Pogacar, who didn't see him there, Filippo Ganna, Lorenzo Rota, Corbin Strong, hype for Israel. Although probably having Michael Woods here is probably not the go-to. Anyway, Pro Tour event Grand Prix. GP Cycliste de Québec. Let's get this race started. Guess I better upload the. Yeah, Roubaix did good, and Maryland not coming last. Anyway, here we are on the start line. Let's get all our riders back to zero. It's raining, so hopefully there's a few. Well, not hopefully there's a few crashes. But hopefully there's not a few crashes. Mathieu van der Poel, world champion, of course. Number 1 on his back for Alpecin. Koenig? Yep. Marc Soler for Jumbo. Damn, I do not do that many World Tour races. Jensen Plowright attacking for Jumbo. Visma, Rees of Arkea and Bovin of Bengal also in that break. FDJ, King of the World, trying to get into the breakaway. Delacroix of Saint Michael and Gomez of GW. No breakaway established. This is just that Quebec loop race, right? Yes. Same hill every lap. Gomez and Ruch, this time from the Republic FDJ. Garcia from Cajarual. But Nicola Conchi does not like that and is increasing the pace. Arnesman is also working for Ineos. Ahmed Madan for Bahrain. There. Attack again by a few riders in the breakaway. That's Lars Bovin of Bengal. Last addition to the race with DSM not starting and Colo Quick also not starting. With a blocking happening there, giving Arnesman the perfect opportunity to catch up. He's one bike length behind. He's almost... The breakaway has been caught. Reed attacks again with Ruch straight onto his wheel. Looks like this will be the breakaway of the day. Only 3 riders, so as all the peloton would allow. Marc Soler doing the work on the front for Jumbo. Who else does Jumbo have? Poggi, that's why. And Almeida. Bloody hell, they sent a freaking strong squad here. Q365 just chilling in the peloton. Ruben Thompson of GW Shimano. Looks like the peloton's a bit strung out, but nothing too strenuous. Pink Team EF Education on the front, doing some of that work. Vanderpoel not looking protected, but possibly by Riesenbeck. Haven't seen much Israel this race. The race has started though, but unlucky for them. But let's be reminded of who the 3 riders are, and they'll crash. Looks like a somewhat major crash, but most riders are still in the peloton. Only 4 riders have dropped behind, but they are back together again. That's Lecananzo, Gomez, Gispiet, and Matteo Fabru. So, big crash, but no lasting damage. But yeah, so Jensen Plowright of Team Jayco, Michael Rees of Team Arkea, and Jonas Ruch of Groupama FDG. 3 strong riders in the breakaway. Peloton's giving them a decent gap with Cofidis and Jumbo driving the pace. Followed by Damien Housen of Jayco. I think he is back up on his bike already and in the peloton. It's good for them because he is a strong rider. Oh, Marco Heller, the Austrian national champions here. Valentine Madoua, French national champion. Corbin Strong looking up near the front. Looks like he might be protecting Michael Woods, or Derek G might be doing that there. Arnesman just decided to set up for some God knows. Oh, it's a crash. Ruben Thompson of GW Shimano, Juan Jose Rojas of Movistar, and Diesel of Bengal. It looks like all three should make it back in. The peloton's not going too fast, 160 k's to go, and there's no wind. And they're all back together. The gap is 5 minutes 10 seconds to the breakaway. Quite a few crashes, but no lasting injuries, which is good for the race overall. Another crash. Jay Vine, Fisher Black, and Greg Van Avermaet. I think everyone's back up. They are indeed. It is lucky for Jaco, who could have lost 2 leaders there. And Greg Van Avermaet, in his final year of racing, does not want to injure himself. Puncture for Rojas. He had a crash before and now he's punctured, but he's once again straight back in. Roubaix looking after the team cars at the back of the peloton. St. Michael Uber also giving them a hand there. Human Powered Health somewhat near the back, but not too far. Big peloton here. Kim Hajduk of Team Ineos, probably the weakest rider here today, but probably also this. No, I reckon Gunner's probably the sprinter. Oh, 2 crashes in quick succession. I saw Theo Gegenhardt. Oh my god, a huge crash. Huge pile up at the rear of the pack. A lot of riders on the deck. Everyone seems to be remounting though. Delacroix looks like he's on the ground for the longest. He will not be continuing. Delacroix of St. Michael Uber abandons the race. Stefan Museo, Dessel, and Di Preto are the ones who are at the back currently. They're making their way up to the peloton, and peloton is all in one piece once again. I did see Theo Gegenhardt crash just flicked up before that main message, but he is up in the middle of the pack, which is good for Ineos. Followed by Sobrero of Q365. Still in the peloton, still looking fine. Puncture for Gashinard. St. Michael Uber is not having a good day today. A lot of riders getting punctures, a lot of riders crashing. Van Niekerk grabbing the bottles for St. Michael Uber. Followed by Andrea Pasqualin. He keeps in the peloton though, as they are stretched out. There's a slight split in the peloton, ever so slightly, followed by Dujardin of Q300. These roads are getting slipperier and slipperier with every lap. Quite a few laps to go, it doesn't particularly too matter. I don't think we're going to see a... Oh no, Michael Woods, what the hell? Mate, not you, you can't crash. Upset all my plans if you do. Oh, crash by Pierre-Luc Perichon for Cofidis. Luckily there hasn't been a mass crash except for that. There's only been one mass crash this race, which is lucky for the riders. More splits occurring through the corners and the descents. When will we see a move from the favourites? When will Poggi show his cards? Will Van der Poel go for a long range attack? Could be anyone's game. Looks like Poggy's protecting Latour. Or vice versa, not particularly sure. Marc Soler is not liking the gap to the breakaway, so he's rolling to the front again. Goldstein's dropping a wheel. Trying to bring Woods back up to the front. Looks like Plowright keeps getting distanced on a few of these descents. Just like how the peloton's splitting up into many pieces. Johannesson of Uno X has fallen, but he is back on his bike. He should catch up. There is 70 k's to go. These splits are quite small. Leonard Kamner's caught behind. Brandon McNulty, Warren Buggy. Intermarché now on the front, doing some work. Yeah, they're protecting Van der Poel. You are right. You are. Oh, another big crash in the pack. Rudy Millard, Fred Wright, and some Uno X Hansen. They all look to be up and in the peloton, or into one of the pelotons again. The second bunch on the road are not chasing the first bunch on the road. Who is missing out in this bunch? Bloody hell, the gap is just growing between these two. I swear, someone big. Boivin, Bayer, Guerrero's probably a big name. Simon Clark. Hopefully they're just chilling for a bit. Attila Volta. Jay Vine. Fisher Black. Perichon on the right. Jacobs. There is 60 k's to go, so it could be. They could still catch up Van Avermaet, but it's just. Looks like a lot of Q365. Iravetti. Cepeda. Thompson. Shadhager. Girmay. Yep, okay. Quite a few riders there. Hopefully they catch back up, because it will not be an interesting day if they're all just still sitting up. Looks like they're just sitting up, but Bingo says, hey, come on, we want to try and catch up at least a little bit. The gap's holding about 3 minutes. But in the main peloton, Steinhauser and Arnesman are driving the pace. This back bunch here is splitting up into two sections. Again, with the wind being, well, not the wind, just the rain being quite strong. Now they're riding. Hopefully this gap will reduce. The peloton split again. It looks like they're all trying to catch back up. Where the hell's Mighting? Okay, they're all at the back here, chilling. Sick. But anyway, Marc Soler drives the pace, 2 minutes 17 to the breakaway. The race is really heating up now, with that main second bunch on the road not even in sight of the back of the first bunch. Luis Minquez on the back there. 3 minutes 40 is the gap. Yeah, a lot of help has gone. That is true. But it's still Marc Soler with the pacemaking, Steinhauser for EF, and Pacenti for Cofidis. 3 main bunches on the road. Will someone launch an attack from either group? Yes, just as we speak about it, they do. Goldstein from Israel Premier Tech, Matthew Van der Poel and Matvey Mohoric. Goldstein. But yeah, they're caught by the peloton. Mohoric and Van der Poel slightly off the front. Is Soler going to react and chase back up? Fall by a rider at the back. Oh geez, the main peloton splits slightly. Who's dropped the wheel? Brandon McNulty has. Which is a bit unfortunate. Attack by Rudy Mollard. His compatriot Valentin Madoua straight on his wheel. Pasquale counters with Johannesson getting caught up behind Taco van der Horn and Alessandro Covi. Looks like the race has finally begun with 40k's to go. These splits in the peloton have made an excellent opportunity for many of these riders in the front. Jumbo has brought their whole train, whole squad up to the front. Sergio Higuita now getting in with the mix. Alessandro Covi is out the front. Matthew van der Poel rides up to him. Van der Poel goes straight past. Higuita leading a select group of 5 riders. Mohoric, Ghana, Paulus, Johansson, Madoua joins them from behind. The peloton is looking unorganized. Cofidis and Intermarché are afraid of missing out. Van der Poel is 16 seconds on the group of 7. Will this peloton catch back up? Jumbo's just chilling because they have a few riders in the mix. Sergio Higuita sitting on the back. Van der Poel now has 20 seconds. He's a minute behind the breakaway. Three-ish laps to go. Madoua attacks on the descent. Johannesson straight on his wheel. No Jaco, guys. Yeah, no Jaco guys in the peloton. Let's just check. Stora, Durabridge, Fisher. Oh no. Yeah, Plowson's in the breakaway. Otherwise, everyone's in A2. Oh, I mean, Van der Poel, I reckon he could. There's only 32k's to go. If he sets up, lets this bunch ride with him. This bunch has become 5. Who's dropped off? Higuita's dropped off. He's in this second bunch of 43 riders, where most of the other teams are. Matthew van der Poel is a few bike lengths away from catching the initial breakaway. Jonas Ruch, Jensen Plowright, and Michael Rees fall by a rider from Cajo Ruel. We'll look at that later. Van der Poel has caught the main break, and the 2 smaller bunches at the front have joined together. Mohoric straight over the top. His other breakaway companions follow also. Van der Poel, listening to his team manager, decides it is too early and sits up and decides to follow the Jumbo workers instead of going with the breakaway. Where the hell's Israel, man? Get up to the front, please. 23k's to go. A lot of riders dropping off the back as the pace is very, very high up here. Covi has attacked at the front. Madoua and Paulus created a trio. Mohoric also up there now. A group of 10 has split off from the peloton. Only just, though. Oh, for fuck's sake. Major pile-up in the peloton behind. 2 abandons, I think. No? Nope, they're just sitting up, chilling in the corner. Poggi attacks at the front now. His group of 7 to try and catch the group of 3. Filippo Ganna, Anna Demar, Jingle, Johannesson, Covi, Madoua, and Van der Poel. Mohoric and Paulus have a 12-second lead. There's 22 seconds back to the peloton, led by Intermarché and EF Education. Israel Premier Tech near the front. Hugo Wheel needs to do some more work, try and get Corbin Strong into position. They're missing out on all the moves. 14k's to go. Jingle attacks. Van der Poel follows. Mohoric goes once again, Paulus onto his wheel. Paulus hesitated for a few seconds and gave Mohoric all he needed to take the gap. The pelotons come back together. 19 riders now at the front. Sobrero for Q365 is here. Riesbeck and Leknesund. Corbin Strong is now into the front group. There's now a solo rider. Matvej Mohoric. How was the master there? Jeez, it must be a +5, right? Looks like one of these 20 riders here in the front will be winning. There is Latour and Kwiatkowski behind. Latour's not doing too much. Sobrero's looking dead. He's holding on for dear life. Another fall by a Tudor rider, but he is not at the front, so we will not be looking at him. A lot of these domestics who are on the back of the front group or have done a lot of work sitting up in the descent, which is not ideal for them. That's Binny and Gurmai losing out. Riesbeck, Paulus, Sobrero, Steinhauser and Leknesund. Pesenti sees the danger and tries to catch back up. Steinhauser and Leknesund also. The group is really strung out. Court Nelson now for EF Education, Tadej Pogacar and Filippo Ganna doing all they can to catch Mohoric. There's 4 kilometers to go. Oh, Hellings, don't worry, man. That major split was not because of the pace. The riders just decided to sit up. Some rider dropped the gap in one of the corners in the descents and just set up. Zengel has caught up to Mohoric. He's countering over the top. Lorenzo Rota. Also there, 2.5 Ks to go. Who's it going to be? Anna Demar. Where did I see Demar? He is Bora this year. Corbin Strong needs to get himself more to the front with 1.7 Ks to go. They're on the final climb. Court Nielsen leads. Madoua also there. On the left it's Anna Demar. Demar, the only sprinter in this group. Zengel through the middle. He's had a lot of work today, but no, it's Alexander Kamp of Tudor who takes the win ahead of Johannesson and Tadej Pogacar. Zengel in 4th and Strong in 5th. Demar, the only sprinter here in that front bunch, managing in 8th place. There's a huge daylight back to the next bunch on the road. Kwiatkowski, Sobrero and Gurmai. Some very questionable tactics by some teams today. Mainly Jaco Ilula having their rider in the break, then the rest of the race sitting up. Michael Woods, Latour and Vandenberg rounding out the top 20. Hugo Huil also up there. Sergio Higuita. Let's have a look. Where are some of the big names? Here's who's in this bunch here. Derek G, Luis Menkes, Victor Lafay withdrawal. Rest in peace. We will have to check at the end of the stage. Oh yeah, where the hell's Matthew Van Der Poel? 11th. Well, I mean, you told him to sit up and not to attack, so he listened. Looks like there'll be a few withdrawals from this race. Now we have a finish line view of the final sprint. There's Anna Demar launching early. Alex Zengel through the middle. The rider from Tudor just in between a gap takes the win. Let's have a look at that podium. Alexander Kamp of Tudor takes the win in a sprint against Tobias Johannesson and Tadej Pogacar, Alex Zengel and Corbin Strong for the top 5. Ghana, Court Nielsen, Demar, Madoua and Rota. Now look at that, all the flags are blue, green or red, really. Team classification, EF Education, Israel Premier Tech in 2nd and Ineos Grenadiers in 3rd. Solo ride. Let's export those results. Grand Prix du Quebec. GP There we are, there's results posted there. Matthew van der Poel and Mohoric both paying for their early efforts. Covey and Paulus also. They're the best of the rest coming in later. 2 abandons in today's race. Victor Lefay of Cofidis and Theo Delacroix of Saint Michael Uber. Hopefully they're not out for too long, and hopefully that doesn't stuff up the Grand Prix de Montreal, which I'll be streaming in 2 days' time. But thanks for tuning in. See you next race.